100,000 predicted over the next several months. I don't think the U.S. government's going to be paying for that.
So there's about 8,000 people, last I checked, currently in shelters on the island.
Yeah.
Luckily, the housing stock is largely made out of concrete. So, while much of the housing stock has been destroyed, I think some of the, fixing roofs and things like that is underway. But there's about 8,000 people or so in shelters that have been immediately displaced. But there's many areas that are completely inaccessible, right? And so with a hurricane like this was a mile below a Category 5 hurricane. The communities that are in the mountains that are landlocked, that don't have potable water, food isn't arriving, all of these folks are going to effectively move into the San Juan metropolitan area. So there's a lot of internal displacement, let alone the fact that the second we get the airport fully operational again, there will be a lot of out-migration to the U.S. mainland and elsewhere. So I think the number will complete we will completely sort of remove the middle class, what was left of it, on the island of Puerto Rico. There's a growing call for, the U.S. Comfort has arrived recently. It hasn't necessarily docked anywhere on the island, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a growing call to get medically vulnerable people off the island because the healthcare system isn't working. Out of 70 hospitals on the island, I think fewer than 10 have electricity. And so there's a growing call for, this is still in the acute humanitarian phase. Yeah. And so we are trying to be somewhat forward-looking about Build Back Better, but right now we're still trying to save lives. And that's where I think what the general was describing earlier about slow off the mark has been costly in terms of putting lives at risk.
There was a cruise ship that was due to be taking a cruise out of San Juan, but instead of taking a paid cruise, they took I think 7,000 people to Florida, where they could receive better